On this episode of Nope. Hey Nanny Q, I love your TikTok and I love your podcast. I have a dilemma and I really need your help. 2 years ago, my husband cheated on me with my sister. And my sister actually had my niece on my birthday. Isn't that crazy? My husband and my sister told the whole family that they had been sleeping together on Christmas night. We were all sitting around on Christmas talking about the things that we're thankful for and how important it is to be around family around the holidays. And my sister tells everybody that she's pregnant and that it's by my husband. And they are praying that I understand that they are truly in love and that it's time for me to move on with my life. That same night, my family kept trying to get me to stay, and so we all could work it out and talk. What's done is what my mom said. There's a baby on the way, and I don't need to be trying to hold a grudge. That is my sister at the end of the day. I packed all of my shit. Nanny Q and I got a hotel room. The next day, I had a U-Haul van parked in front of my house, and I had movers moving everything. I paid extra because it was holiday time. I didn't care. I had the money. I moved all of my stuff in U-Haul. I took only the important things with me, and I drove until I was out of gas. It took me 6.5 hours to get to the next stop. I got a hotel room. I took all of my stuff upstairs that I needed, and I went back down so I could eat. While I was sitting down eating, a young lady came over to the table and asked me if I was okay because she saw me crying. I told her I was just having a difficult time, but I would be okay. She asked if she could sit down with me. I told her, yeah, that was fine. The first hour, she didn't say anything. She just sat. The next hour, me and her started talking. Long story short, we sat and we talked all night until the bar closed. The next day, she came back by the hotel to check on me. She was actually in town on business. Me and her talked. I gave her my information, and she told me she would keep checks on me. That only lasted for about 2 weeks because after that, we started meeting up to have lunch and dinner. This is the first lesbian relationship that I've ever been in. It's been 6 months strong, and I am in love. We are talking about moving in together. Month 7, we end up moving in together. Everything was going amazing, Nanny Q. Her family told me that she was a U-Haul lesbian, so don't expect a long time commitment from her. I told them they were wrong and that this might be a lifetime commitment. Okay, that's what she meant. This might be a lifetime commitment. Me and my wife ended up getting married 8 months after we met each other. We ended up getting married. Sorry, y'all, I'm outside with my dog. Bella! Okay, anyway. I told my wife that I really wanted to have kids. My husband took that from me because he never wanted them. But it's so crazy that he had one with my sister. My wife told me that, yeah, I said my wife. My wife told me that doing IVF would be too expensive. Maybe we should look into adoption. We adopted 3 beautiful kids, Nanny Q. I was so happy everything was going so good for me for the first time in my life. I had no complaints. I was just happy to be a mom. I was ripping and running and doing everything. On our 2-year anniversary, my wife came in and told me she no longer wanted to do the family thing with me. She told me that she was moving out by the end of the week and that she thought it might be a good idea if we put the kids back up for adoption. Nope. I told her I would never do that to kids. They don't deserve that, and I will do whatever I can to keep them. She said that she was going to make sure to call the caseworker and let them know that I was going to be a single mom, and maybe they can help me. They could help me with resources on taking care of the kids, because she wasn't going to do anything. I haven't heard from her since. I've been a single mom since that day. We did get a divorce. They told me at the divorce hearing, since we adopted and I was the only one to sign the adoption papers, not her, it is my full responsibility to take care of these kids. Every day I try my best to be a great mom, but at the end of the night, I think about putting my kids back up for adoption. I'm not for sure what to do at this point, Nanny Q, but would I be wrong if I put the kids back up for adoption? It's just too much for me to handle. Signed, new concerned lesbian mom. Ain't no way this real, because ain't no way you gonna put them kids back up for adoption. Nope.